Okay, so how much ammunition do you need for an SHTF scenario? To make something clear when this gets started, this is my personal opinion. I don't believe any one person is right or any one person is wrong, because a lot of this is subjective to the person and the caliber that they're running and the type of firearm that they have. So with that being said, the first step, or I believe this goes in 3 different steps or stages. The first step that you're going to do, or first stage, is going to be determining the firearms that you're going to have and dedicated to, and then how much of a carry load you're going to have, or combat load. So for my Glock, I have 3 magazines at 19 rounds each, and then I have 7 AR 30 round mags, 30 rounds apiece. So now that I have that established, which rounds I'm going to carry in which magazines, I like to do the math of how much I need for one carry load, and then as a bare minimum have 3 of those, including the one that's on my person. So I have 210 rounds for my AR, 7 mags for 30 rounds apiece, and then I have 3 19 round mags for my Glock, being 57 rounds apiece. So I just do a little bit of quick math, and then I can figure out what I need as a bare minimum. Now that we've been able to figure out what we want as a carry load, we've been able to multiply that by 3, we got to see what's that looking like. So I want 171 rounds of 9mm, and then 630 rounds of 5.56. This is because, in my personal opinion, you want 2 reserve loads at wherever you're stashed out, whether you're sleeping in the woods, you're staying at home, you're just in some random building out in the city that you're trying to hold up at as you survive. This way, when you're out scavenging or doing what you need to, you're not as worrisome that these are all the rounds I have. You can be a little bit more generous when using it to defend yourself from zombies or the infected or clickers, whatever it may be, if an infection or something happens. Now that we've figured out what the first stage is, now it's the second stage. The second stage, I believe, is a rather bit easier. In comparison, there's less math. Okay, so now that we have discovered and really figured out what you need as a stage 1 carry load with your normal load, plus 2 extra, take that and push that completely to the side. Just completely ignore that amount of ammo. So now we look at stage 2. You're going to look at those calibers that you're going to carry, and then for stage 2, at least for 5.56, 9, and 9mm, I believe that you should have 1,000 rounds of each. This is not meant to be achieved right away. This is an overtime thing. You don't need to go out and spend a bunch of money on 1,000 rounds, because a lot of people can't do that. So just what I believe you should do is just here and there, just go by little bits. Just little bits. Just, hey, I bought 50 rounds here, I bought 100 rounds here. When I can do this comfortably, and just let that slowly build up and then stockpile. Even if something were to happen and you didn't have that 1,000 rounds, it's a lot better to have 400 rounds than no rounds at all. And that being said, for some of those rounds, it also depends on which one you have. Say you have a bolt action 300 Win Mag that that's the only thing you have, or that's just what your preferred firearm is. You don't need 1,000 rounds of that, because you're not going to be shooting that like you would a 5.56 AR. For calibers like that, when you're looking at like 300 Win Mag, 30-06, or maybe something like, 30-30, something you're really not going to be shooting as fast or use for clearing rooms, I believe that should be right around that 250 round mark. But that's just kind of my opinion on those first 2 stages, and that, thankfully, right once you get to stage 2, once that's completed, is when I believe stage 3 and the final stage begins. So for stage 3, which in my opinion is the final stage, this is a continuous and never really ending stage. This doesn't really have an end goal, at least for me, is to buy ammo every month that you're comfortable with, a comfortable amount, something that's not too much but not too little. Take half of that ammo, or a portion that you think is appropriate, put it aside in your stockpile, so your stockpile is continuously growing, and put another amount aside, that way you can have it for training. That way, as it builds up, you can look like, hey, I got 400 rounds set aside specifically for training, let me take this to the range, or go out somewhere to shoot, and then you can go and shoot those rounds, and you don't actually dip into your stockpile. The ammo that you have set aside for if something were to happen, you can not feel bad because you're not dipping into that. Or, if need be, if your stockpile is a little bit older, you take those rounds and then just rotate it, 400 rounds in for new ammo, take 400 old rounds, take them out so your stockpile is staying new, and you can keep that ammo off to the side specifically to train and just to push forward to be better. Also, a little bit of a bonus tip towards the end here. You don't need to spend all the money on this right away. You don't have to go out and buy all this ammo immediately. You don't need to be like, I need to be at end goal right away. You can just little bits here and there, buy some ammo, just really start to stockpile it up. 9mm is nice and easy. If I go to Academy, 60 bucks, I can get 250 rounds. If I just do that once a month, you know, over a couple of months, about 4 months, I'll have 1,000 rounds, and I'll quickly get up to that goal to help get there, which is spending little bits here and there. If you like this video, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. If you have any opinions, whether you agree with or disagree with my sort of SHTF ammo capacity that is in the 3 stages, what you should have, just let me know in the comments down below. If you have any recommendations to kind of tweak or change it up a little bit, feel free to let me know. Anyways, thanks for coming and have a great day.